All right. Welcome back to Trolls Toys. Figure reviews, toy hunts, unboxing and rankings, etc. All right. YouTube Trolls Toys back at you with another unboxing and display video. And this week we're going to be doing a little bit of an odd pairing. And if you watched this past episode of this week's toy haul, I mentioned that we were going to be doing this, right? So we're at least going to try it. So we're going to have number 135 in the classified series, which is the Dreadnought Road Pig and his dog Raucus, right? And we're going to try to pair Road Pig. I was looking for the perfect vehicle for him, and what I came up with to try is this death metal Batcycle, right? And I know, like I said, I know it's a bat, but I just think it looks badass. Road Pig looks badass. So we're going to try to pair these two together. And then we're also going to try to pair Sergeant Slaughter from Slaughter's Marauders, which is, he's number 129 in the classified series, with the monster truck from WWE Wrekkin, right? And we also have number 128 in the classified series, which is Mad Marauders Spirit and Lowlight, as well as Mad Marauders Barbecue, which is number 58 in the line that we'll put with the monster truck. So we're going to make a Mad Marauders display as well. But we're going to start with Road Pig and the Batcycle. All right, so we've got Road Pig out of his plastic prison, and I got to say, he's a beefy boy, right? And I remember having him in 3 3/4 form, and when I was taking the weapons out of the pack, this one immediately came to mind. This is the one I remember, the cinder block on the handle, right? I don't remember this one as much, although it's quite badass as well. And then he comes with this sort of Mad Max type face piece, which we'll get on him. He's got an alternate sort of open mouthed head sculpt, and then he's got this gnarly ass alternate sort of masked head sculpt as well, right? So he's looking quite gnarly out of the package. I mean, I've been waiting. I have a tendency, I've been keeping a bunch of my favorites in the package. I don't know why. I've been opening ones that are, you know, maybe wouldn't be my favorites, but we've finally decided to get to Road Pig. He also comes with a pretty nice shield that says good luck on it, and he comes with alternate fisted hands as well. And then I always called this dog Ruckus, but I guess it's Raucus. But he's pretty articulated. He's got movement all over. I'm pretty impressed with the dog. And he comes with an alternate head sculpt as well. He's sort of got the mean ass face on now, and then a more subdued face. We're probably going to leave the mean ass face on him. But let's get Road Pig equipped with all of his weaponry. So here he is with the cinder block weapon, and also I failed to mention this, like, I don't know what that's called. I'm just going to call it a gaffing hook for not really knowing what it's called. But looking pretty menacing there. We'll now try him with this, his other like Road Pig sort of hammer style weapon. All right, so now here he is with the riot shield and the Road Pig hammer, for lack of a better term. We changed his head sculpt, and I gotta say, I think this head sculpt just looks sort of doofy. I am not a fan of that head sculpt personally. But we will try out the masked head sculpt next. I'm just gonna lay him down because he's about... All right, so here he is with his masked head. And I'm normally not a fan of getting multiple figures, and I probably won't, but I think he looks pretty gnarly here. I could certainly put him on the random badasses shelf with this head sculpt on. But it's not how I remember him. I remember him sort of with more of, and I could be wrong, but this seems to be the head sculpt I like the most of the three. But we haven't yet tried this Mad Max style face mask, so we'll give that a whirl next. Now, I do feel like he looks pretty menacing with this face mask on, sort of like the half-mask respirator Road Pig style mask. I'm not sure what his technical name is, but I do sort of like how that looks. All right, here we have the Dark Knight's Death Metal Batcycle out of the package, and like I said, I just think it looks pretty badass. I believe Road Pig's going to fit on this nicely, but we're about to find out. I feel like that works pretty well. If anything, he may be just a smidge short for it. His foot's barely touching the foot peg here, but I do think it's looking pretty good. We'll have to figure out how to get Raucous into the shot. Maybe we can just have Raucous sitting on his hind legs here with his gnarly ass face on. And obviously, disclaimer, I'm not a professional YouTuber, and I'm certainly not an action figure photographer, right? And dioramas are not my thing, but I just saw this death metal Batcycle, had some credits on Amazon, and thought it would work well with Road Pig. That's just what came to my mind. And I think it does. We may try, when we get him up into display, we'll try this. Well, we could try on this alternate head sculpt now, but I'm probably not going to use it, even though it is badass. Just because this is the Road Pig that I know much more from my younger days. But I think this works pretty well. I'd also got the camouflage tumbler that I thought might work with Road Pig and Raucous, and we may get that out. But for now, I'm content with the death metal Batcycle and Raucous. Now, where we're going to put him shelf-wise, I'm not sure, because obviously he can't fit where I would with the rest of the Dreadnoks. And I know, sorry for the lights, it's going to be terrible quality, but they're on the Fortnite boat, right, with Copperhead driving and Crocmaster there. So we're probably going to just have to put him somewhere else for now. All right, up next, we're going to open up the Mad Marauders 2-pack Lowlight Spirit Iron Knife, a Niall. So obviously just repaints, but this is my only representation of Lowlight. I don't have number 86. I missed him and haven't found him in the wild. We do have Spirit and Freedom. They are posed in our Joe leadership group, and we got Spirit on a horse. Once again, I apologize if this quality sucks, but there's the regular Spirit on horseback. We got that horse from a Marshall's on clearance for $6. I think it works well. All right. After many trials and tribulations, we actually got the figures and all their accessories out of the package. So here we have Spirit Iron Knife, looking pretty nice. Obviously just a repaint, I think, of his original figure. And then here we have Lowlight. You'll have to pardon me, I don't remember his real name. And we'll get Gabriel Kelly, better known as Barbecue, out a little bit later after we unpackage Sergeant Slaughter. But both of these guys looking pretty good, obviously in their sort of Mad Marauders gear. Obviously hits the sub team. And Shambles out of focus. I told you I'm a rookie. We got Niall, which is a bird that I don't remember. I remember Freedom, but it's cool to have a different bird with Spirit. He comes with the folded wings out the package, but he also comes with alternate, spread eagle wings, right? So that's cool to have. Now we'll try to get all their accessories on them. All right, I feel like we've got all the right weapons on Spirit. I do like the dagger here, quite detail on the handle. Another knife in the holster. He's got a handgun, he's got his weapon, a shovel, and then a rifle, and then obviously Niall, who I've posed quite awkwardly, but as a pain in the ass for me to get the bird on there. So that's gonna have to do for now. But we got Spirit Iron Knife. And now we've got Lowlight with all of his accoutrements. He's got a knife, like a sat phone or a cellular phone or something. His obviously rather large sniper rifle, his satchel bag, backpack with the 2 lights on it. He also comes with a larger flashlight, and he comes with the sort of the night vision headwear like you see with all the Action Force folks. I gotta say, I'm a big G.I. Joe fan, like Action Force as well. Action Force's weapons are definitely better, way less gummy, and easier to get into the hands of the characters, in my opinion. But anyway, there's Lowlight and Spirit Iron Knife from Mad Marauders. We're gonna move on to Sergeant Slaughter. So here we have number 128 in the classified series, which is Mad Marauders Sergeant Slaughter. My only Joe representation of Sergeant Slaughter. I don't have the regular edition. Missed out on that. Haven't found it in the wild. Do have the Action Force version of Sergeant Slaughter, who we're using in our sort of Joe leadership group. But I do like how he comes with a little minifig of himself. I like this big duffel bag, the whistle, obviously, the weights, boxing gloves, I guess, so you could have him fucking square off against Big Boa, and then alternate hands, and then the drill instructor's baton. Right, so we're going to get him out of his plastic prison. All right, I think the Sarge definitely wins the fucking prize as the most well vac formed figure into a package ever. That was a pain in the ass to get him out, to get his accessories out. It was not easy. And I'm not a pro. I'm trying to do this with a fucking ring light and my phone and display the figure, so it's not the easiest. I don't have a professional setup. I'm a novice, so pardon the quality, right? It's not going to be the best. But here's the Sarge. Right, I guess I should have put his whistle on him before we put his hat on, because that's definitely got to go on. Right. I really, you know, sunglasses are a bane of my existence. I like what they did with Torch and how they just molded them on so you can't fucking lose them. Buzzers don't fit on his head right ever, so I just had to clear rubber band them on there. Looks like ass, but Matt had to do the same thing with the good old Sarge here. So the Sarge comes with gripping hands out of the package. He's got these more splayed out hands as well. He's obviously got 2 pointer fingers. G.I. Joe wants you to join. He's got 2 fisted hands, so quite a few alternate hands. And then he's got the saluting hand, obviously. Right. He does come with a weapon, which we will not use. But he does come with one, because we're obviously going to use the drill instructors. I call it a baton. I don't know what its actual name is. If any of you military guys out there probably can correct me. I never have claimed to be a military specialist. As we mentioned, he comes with boxing gloves that are obviously repurposed from Big Boa, and weights that are also repurposed from Big Boa, because I believe Big Boa came out before Mad Marauder Sergeant Slaughter. I do appreciate this large duffel bag, because we're going to put all of his extra shit in it. I believe this is probably how we'll start out displaying him. We'll get him posed a little bit better when we get him in. And I don't know if this is going to come in focus, but I love this little Sergeant Slaughter minifigure. Don't know what the hell to do with it, but I do think it's a cool addition. All right, once again, pardon the light, I'm no pro, but for now, like I said, we're going to display Sarge with the WWE Wrekkin monster truck. Obviously, he was in the WWE. We just got Everett Ross from a throwaway figure from Ollie's, $5 in there driving. But we put Lowlight on the back. I don't know if you can tell, pardon that. I'm trying to get the light right. And then we got Spirit here. Always got to put my boy Barbecue front and center. We got Jim Hellwig, better known as Ultimate Warrior, announcing Slaughter's Marauders. And for now, I know Road Pig, bad guy, right? But badass. So I'm just going to put him and Raucous right there next to Slaughter's Marauders for the time being, until we can come up with a better spot. But overall, I like the display. I just saw the monster truck, and when I saw it at Marshall's on clearance, I just immediately thought that will go with Sergeant Slaughter. That's how my mind works. I don't know if this light's any better. Let's see, maybe that's better. Right. Once again, I'm a rookie. Sorry for but having to go mobile and not having a great setup. Just doing it for fun. Right. But I think Road Pig with the Death Metal Batcycle by McFarlane Toys worked out well. And I think, in my opinion, Slaughter's Marauders worked out well with the WWE Wrekkin monster truck. So as always, this has been Troll's Toys, and I truly appreciate you watching my videos, and we'll see you soon.